Ehud Barak was the Labour Prime Minister for 2 years. He served in the Israeli government as Deputy Prime Minister and Defence Minister. Ehud Barak is the most decorated soldier in Israeli history and was Chief of Staff of the IDF from 1991 to 1995, involved in agreements with the Palestinians and Jordan. When Prime Minister, he withdrew all Israeli troops from the southern Lebanon, where they had been operating a military zone for 22 years. The big question is to give away the West Bank and Gaza. Ehud Barak, Yasser Arafat and US President Bill Clinton sat down in summer 2000 to bring Oslo to a close and finally come to a peace treaty with the Palestinians. This failed, as did a next round of talks at Taba, resulting in the start of the Second Intifada and more terrorist attacks on Israel. What would you have offered? Barak offered Arafat all of the Gaza Strip, around 90% of the West Bank, control over East Jerusalem and Temple Mount, a road linking Gaza to the West Bank, and extra land in the Negev. Arafat said no, despite being offered perhaps the best deal the Palestinians may ever get. Ariel Sharon was one of the biggest characters in Israeli history. He was one of the most famous soldiers and fought in the wars of 1948, 1967 and 1973. Sharon moved into politics and joined the Likud party. He became controversial when defense minister in the early 1980s due to his decision to take the Israeli army to Beirut, an Arab capital in the Lebanon War. The war was seen as Sharon's war, and after it he was forced to resign. He spent many years championing the religious Zionist community's attempt to settle the entire land of Israel, especially Gaza. When he came back as Likud leader, he was seen as a hardline right-winger. However, during his time as PM, he suddenly changed and pursued the policy of disengagement from Gaza, by which Israel leave all settlements and army bases. This was highly controversial and created much civil strife. He achieved his aim by leaving Likud and starting a new party, Kadima, in a sensational move. Disengagement finally happened in summer 2005, leaving 8,500 Israelis who lived in Gush Katif homeless. Sharon went into a coma in January 2006 and is technically alive, although unconscious. The big question is to disengage from Gaza or not. Sharon claimed that he was disengaging from Gaza because there was no Palestinian partner for peace. Was he right to do so? Ehud Olmert became Prime Minister for Kadima after Sharon's illness. He later won the election and became Prime Minister for 3 years. He was previously Mayor of Jerusalem and a Likudnik. The big question is how to win a war against terrorists. Ehud Olmert faced large wars on 2 fronts in 2006 and in 2007, from Hezbollah in Lebanon and Hamas in Gaza. Public opinion shows that Israel did not really win the war. How do you win a war against terrorists?